Hi, I'm Katie, and I've been living on the road now for 2 years with my pup Arendelle, and I am taking you back through my entire van build, taking you step by step through the entire process. And now that I've been on the road for a little bit, I can show you what worked and what didn't. Be sure to subscribe to see how it all comes together. You can also follow along at Big Life Tiny Home on all the other social media platforms to stay up to date on our current journey. Now let's jump into this week's van update. So this video is going to be all about the floors, and I'll be honest, there were some breakdowns, there was some bloodshed, and definitely some frustrating moments. But in the end, I honestly love how these turned out, and at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how they've held up after these past 2 years. I also want to preface this video by saying that some of the video quality is not the best, so just bear with me. It was filmed about 2.5 years ago at this point, so it is what it is. I got my first project in the van done. I removed that big old divider thing. So now that is all open. And now I'm gonna remove the floor. Actually, I'm probably gonna get lunch and then remove the floor. But I'm excited! Ah! The first step to taking out the divider was loosening all of these bolts that were very stubborn, and I had to use multiple tools just to get them loose enough, and finally just use my fingers to get them out. Once all the top bolts were out, I realized that there were still some along the floor that needed to be removed, but it was exciting to see some progress. I started with a ratchet and then realized that I could actually use a drill because there wasn't an angle like there was on the top, and made everything go much faster. Now that all the bolts were removed, now came the task of moving this big divider by myself. It's a little bit before noon, and I got my first project in the van / first project of the day done. Now it's all open. There will be a wall that goes back up there. But for right now, that was the first step. Next step, removing the floor. So last night, my dad and I were able to get the floor out, which is this thing over here, which is kind of a pain to get out. But today, I get to scrape off all of these black glue dots and all of the dirt and brown stuff. I get to clean up because this used to be a Red Bull truck, delivery truck, I think. So all of this stuff is spilt grossness that I get to clean up today. So that does my job for today. These glue dots are what held down the original floor, and at the top there you can see that there is a lot of wood particles still left on them. I used razors, pliers, hammers, pretty much anything I could to try to get these off. And they were stubborn little buggers. As annoying as these were, it was so satisfying, and after all of them were removed, it was time to clean. There was so much dirt and grime from the previous owners, but nothing a little elbow grease couldn't handle, and this is the before and the after. I'm finished with my glue dot floor thing, which was exhausting, and it was a pain in the butt to get off. My hands are so gross. They took a beating today. I have so many little cuts on them. You just missed me whacking myself in the face with a roller, not a roller, tape measure. I've been up in the garage working on foam stuff for my flooring. This is where I'm at so far. So basically I have to cut all of those little pieces to size to go in the middle of these. I had to spray paint my floor, like the gray spots is just spray paint to help prevent rust because there is some like exposed metal. And then I also have to glue them all down. So my goal for today is to at least get them all cut. The purpose of this is to help even out the flooring, so when I lay a solid piece of foam over top of it, it won't just sink into the metal divots. The foam also acts as a form of insulation. So what I'm doing right now is just measuring out the spacing that I need and cutting it with a razor blade to put it into place. I was so excited to finally put in the last piece. It looks so good all together. Van update, I'm so excited. I just cut out my next layer of foam board. Look how pretty this is. Okay, so there's the bottom layer that I finished gluing down today. There's the top layer. Woo! Now I just have to glue down, which won't be that hard. I just kind of have to like use like a caulking gun. And the next layer is plywood. It looks so pretty, look at it. Yeah, that's my floor. I just used the old flooring as a template and fit it into place like a puzzle. Hello, my people. Van update of the day. Got my floor plywood cut out and put in there, which I'm pretty excited about. So, got my 3 layers. And then the final floor will go on top. Wood still needs to be glued down and then screwed down, which will probably be a couple days before I do that. One, because I am waiting for a very specific type of screw to come in. It's shipped, but I don't know when it's gonna be here. So, but I'm pretty excited because now I can actually walk in my van again. Like I did with the foam board, I used the original flooring as a template, cut it out with a jigsaw, sanded down the edges, and fit it into place. I know I said I would give an update at the end of the video, but I was not able to fit it all in. So come back next week for part 2, where I lay my final flooring and give you an update on how it's been doing these past 2 years.